back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to work on something a little different. I'm going to do a 3D printing project. One of my hobbies outside of electronics and gadgets and building things is sports, and I enjoy Ultimate Frisbee a lot, and I usually have this go bag which has everything I need to set up a field. And I wanted to minimize it, so the cones always end up taking a lot of space. I'm trying to make it as optimized as possible. And so I thought maybe I could create something that would be more organizable and flat. And so I've got a design that I've already kind of gone through here, and I'm just going to go through the steps. This is not meant to be a Fusion 360 tutorial. It's just kind of showing you my thought process and the end product. And so I'm just going to step you through what I did. First started with a little block here and just decided that seems like a good height versus width to give me a flag for the line markers. And so I decided to cut a little notch there. Then I doubled it because I thought, that would be good for the legs we're about to build. I filled that back in, put some notches because you can kind of see where this is going. Those are going to pivot right there on a shaft, on an axle. Kind of cornered, put some corners on there so they kind of grip into the dirt or grass a little better. Just rounding some edges, bring them together. So I'm going to draw a shaft straight through, and so none of these parts will actually be touching, and that way they can be 3D printed as one piece. I don't have to do any assembly. Just doing some of the geometry, mathing some stuff out, rounding more edges, making everything kind of circular in nature. And I'm about to probably scale it up because this was pretty small from my first prototype. Just chamfering some edges. There we go. Now it's the size I want. Basically it's 15 millimeters thick. We split that bottom piece into two legs here. You can see that. So now what we're going to do is create a little bracket to hold these legs at a degree that we like, because after a while of messing with these, they're kind of smooth out and the friction may not be able to hold the flag straight up and the legs may become a little wobbly. So I thought this would be a good piece. So I cancered out that leg 30 degrees and then the other leg 30 degrees. So I got a 60-degree angle from here to here. Then I created a plane off of this surface and created a circle here. So what I'm about to do is extend the faces of the opposite side of here into that and cut it. So we have perfect little pocket. You can see there. So I've created that pocket. Some of the stuff you're going to notice though is that this is a really fine line, and with 3D printing you don't have those kind of tolerances. So I'm going to actually do some little adjustments here. I'm going to give it a half of a millimeter on both sides of all the pockets here, and then I'm just going to open these straight through. So now we have a perfect little Y, and then there's the little remainders down here because it's on a curve, and we're just going to delete those. So now we have that. And so we're ready to print. I've got one printing now. It's going to take about 7.5, 8 hours to print. And I have some prototypes of this little end cap that I started with and I'm going to use for the demonstration. And there we go. If you like this project and you want to do something with it, I'll have the files posted on Thingiverse, and look for the description and link. Now let's go take a look at it in real life. All right, here we go, guys. All right, so here we got it. We've got these are some prototypes. They're good enough to play with, so that's why we're just going to keep on to them. But this is kind of the final product. These two had some printing issues, but here's the one at 60 degrees. I also did a 45, but I think I'm just going to print out some 60s. But I'll have a 60 degree and a 90 degree, sorry, not 45, 90 degree in the Thingiverse page if you want to print out whatever you want to print out. And you could also just lay them flat. That's probably pretty good enough in most situations. So let's take a look at it on the ground. Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's going to mark a line pretty well for end zone, football, soccer, I'm also going to print those end caps, or the holders, in yellow as well. It takes so long to print these. I had those printed on my second printer, which only had black filament at the time. Yeah.
like it. All right, I'd love to hear your comments, and especially if you make a set, I'd love to see what you do. And if you feel free to want to modify and do something different with them, please feel free. All right, guys, until next time, bye.